A question I am always asked is, should I read the manga of Boku no Hero Academia? Should I read ahead of the anime? Or should I at least start the manga once a season is over? And so today, I want to make this video and make it dedicated to all of the anime onlys of Boku no Hero Academia. And I know there's many anime onlys that are a part of our community that only watch the anime and they do not read the manga. And so, this video is more along the lines to enlighten anime onlys. So with that being said, I want to go over the pros and cons of starting the manga or not starting the manga. So to start off, first things first, if you were to say start the manga, the biggest thing that you can get out of it is content, and more content than what you have from the anime. And what I'm getting at is that, you know, when you watch an episode of an anime series, it doesn't have to be just Boku no Hero Academia, but any series you watch. When you're watching an episode and you're getting into it, usually when the ending credits roll, you're like, crap, I gotta wait until next week to see the next episode. Or if it's the final episode of a season, you're like, shit, I don't know when it's ever going to come back. I don't know if it's going to come back at all. I don't know if it's going to be back in a couple months or to a year. And so with a manga, if you want to catch up, at the very least, you'll have consistent releases. You'll have a release every single week, or if it's a monthly manga, every month. At the very least, you can always expect it to continue ongoing until the series either gets canceled, which we don't want that to happen in Boku no Hero, or it, you know, actually ends, has a good ending. So what I'm getting at is if you are someone that itches for new content, like you want more content every single week for the series of Boku no Hero Academia, then starting the manga would be a good choice, because at least you have more to look forward to every single week when the chapter arrives. Now, another, pro to this situation is the fact that you will no longer be spoiled. Now, I know this shouldn't necessarily be a big pro, but it is, because I don't think anyone can disagree with what I'm about to say, is that it doesn't necessarily have to be Boku no Hero, but when you are watching a series or you're getting into something, you know there's many out there that just relish in the fact of spoiling you for content that you have yet to see. For instance, let's take an example, Game of Thrones. It's a famous TV series right now that just, finished airing actually its latest season, and there's many that loves to spoil everything about it. It's something that many love to tackle and just spoil people that are trying to, just now start the series or something. And so if you're one of those type of people that want to avoid spoilers and you don't want to be spoiled, reading the manga will actually allow you to avoid that, because if you're caught up with the content, obviously no one can spoil you anymore. It's not a possibility. So that is a good little, dot right there if you just don't want to have a risk of being spoiled. If like a certain character dies or something crazy happens, at the very least you can, see it and you won't be spoiled. And when it finally arrives in the anime, at the very least you'll get to feel new emotions again because of the, animation, to the way the music is and the voice acting. It'll feel like a new experience even though you expect it. So with that being said, if you want to avoid spoilers, that's another pro to the situation. Now moving on to the next one, we also have the fact that you get to actually discuss theories without fear of someone already knowing something that you're unaware of. And what I'm getting at is when you try to discuss something like a series, like, okay, let's take, Boku no Hero. You try to discuss something like, okay, I'm speculating that so-and-so is going to happen, and you're trying to have a nice discussion on the anime. All of a sudden, this manga reader comes in, doesn't say the person's a manga reader, but comes in and is like, oh, this is probably going to happen, but that's legit what's going to happen, and the manga reader's just going out of their way and kind of just, ruining the fun of speculating and theory crafting. And so that is the also enjoyment you can get out of catching up with the manga, is that when you're having discussions with people, you don't have to risk and worry that someone already knows what's going to happen. You could just think about, okay, how is the series going to go? What path is going to take? That is what you're always wondering while you're reading the manga. So that is a really big plus. I mean, it's kind of similar to the last one, but it's slightly different because you can actually discuss the series without in worry of someone already knowing something. So anyways, with that being said, let's talk about the cons of catching up. Similar to the first pro, a con to catching up is that, once again, you will have to wait. At first, when you're starting the manga, you have a lot of content to get into, many chapters. You got like 50 plus chapters, 100 plus chapters, how many it is, depending on whatever series you're trying to catch up with. You have a lot of content to get into and read or watch, whatever it may be. And the thing is when you finally do catch up, you're going to be back in the same spot you were when you started. For instance, you know how you wait weekly for a new episode of Boku no Hero? You're now going to have to be waiting weekly for a new chapter of the series. So because of that, it can lead to frustration. But at the very least, like I said in the pro section, you can look forward to a new chapter every single week. But if you're one that does not like to wait and all that, then that's also going to be a big problem. So yeah, anyways, besides that one, another con is the fact that when you do catch up with the manga, you don't have art and animation anymore. You don't have voice acting, you don't have music. Now, obviously, you can play music on the side while you're reading a chapter, which that's what I do when I read manga. But I mean, if you're wanting to actually have, like, refreshing scenes and stuff with music playing thanks to the animators working on it, then you're no longer going to have that. So, if you're someone that really has enjoyed the anime, and you've gotten into the music, you've gotten into the way the characters are voice acted, to how Studio Bones has been handling the production, then obviously you're going to be slightly disappointed when you do read the manga, because you'll no longer have these little things to make it more, you know, pizzazz like it was, which is okay in its own right, because I mean, something about how plain manga can be at sometimes are really enjoyable, but that could be a flaw for some if you really are used to the voice acting and the music, to the character movements and stuff like that. So besides that, we go into the anime section of this, of the pros and cons. So if you were to, let's say, not catch up, okay? Let's just say you decide against it, not to catch up to the manga at all, and you were to say, you know what, I want to wait. I want to wait for the next season to come out. Season 3 of Boku no Hero Academia. I want to wait, you know, for it to begin and new episodes and stuff. I don't want to read the manga. And in all honesty, that's probably one of the best pieces of advice I could give you. Now, I've already stated a couple of times in my, you know, episode reviews that I'm jealous of anime-onlys that are not reading the manga, because the content in the anime is really, really good. Studio Bones have proven time and time again that they truly care about the series, they love Boku no Hero, and that they're going the extra mile to make it even better than the manga, and that's what anime should do. It should make the content much better, because there's voice acting, there's music, art and animation, and it's not even that. You should add scenes to add more clarity to stuff that the writer couldn't even do in the first place, and that is what Studio Bones has done since this series has begun. And so, in all honesty, the best advice I can give you, besides just saying, like, should you read ahead or whatever, I honestly say stick as an anime only. Do not read ahead, because the anime has been straight quality since the very beginning, and I really, if I would have known what I know now, I probably would not have actually started reading the manga. Like, okay, like, oh, let me back up real quick. I got into Boku no Hero because of reading the manga. If it wasn't for the fans of the manga, then the anime wouldn't have happened. Okay, I'm trying to rephrase this in a way that makes sense. Basically, I'm jealous because the way the anime shows certain scenes, it's delivered in a better way. And I wish I could see these scenes for the first time, like the Stain arc, in anime form. That's what I would have loved to see. And I can't do that because I already read the manga. Now, don't get me wrong, I love the anime. And it's like I'm rewatching or seeing the series for the first time again. And it's great. It's a really good ride. It's a great show. Probably one of the best anime from this year of anime. And I've loved the show since it came back. Season 2 started airing again. And it's been quality. Quality episode after quality episode. And I'm just jealous that so many of you fans, you can watch it and you don't even know what to expect. You get Fury Craft and stuff, and you're like, holy crap, you know, what's gonna happen next? Like, what arc's gonna be next? And you're just getting to see this great voice acting stuff on the side. I'm like, oh my god, I wish I could have experienced this for the first time, just as an anime only. So, my best piece of advice I could give all of you, since you all asked me questions many times, should you read the manga? No. I don't think you should. I mean, I think you should support it, but I mean, I think for now, stay as an anime only, because the anime is very good. It's a very, very good anime, and the only reason why I would say start the manga is if you're one of those type, like myself, that just does not like waiting. I don't like waiting for long periods of time, and so I will read ahead if I must. And so if you're like me, then yes, go ahead and read ahead. But if you are someone that's been very content with the anime, and you've loved the experience of it, and you don't have that much of a drive to start the manga, then I would recommend just stick with the anime. So with that being said, you all have a very wonderful day, or night, wherever you live. And also, if you enjoyed the video, please let me know in the comments below. Leave a like to the video. And also, if you feel like it, please support my Patreon. And I also want to shout out to all of those that supported me this past weekend. Thank you so much for supporting me. And you all helped me out quite a bit. So just thank you so much for all of you that support my Patreon. And all of you that just give me some words of advice. It truly does mean a lot. You guys are very special to me. So you all have a wonderful day or night, wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.